Vanakkam, and welcome to Indulge Auto. Today we have got for you the brand new bigger brother of the Creta, the new Alcazar. Now that the Creta had been facelifted and totally worked inside out, and we had brought you that video earlier, as you are aware, it was a short time till the Alcazar got the facelift and many more features because you see, they're basically the same car. It's just that the Alcazar is a 6 or a 7 seater compared to the Creta, which is a 5 seater. But yeah, that is that. However, there are some signature differences between the both, and we shall point them out to you right now. Besides that, of course, some new highlights on this car, some improvements, and a whole lot of new features. What exactly are these? This is what we're going to tell you about right now. So please stay with us. Few subtle changes on the car here. Well, not so subtle actually, quite a lot. You will notice the H marking on the headlight, which is for the daytime running lights over here. A signature Hyundai thing, which I guess will be there in most of its vehicles from now on. You have sequential turn indicators. Uh, you have LED headlights to light up the night. If you see the front of the car, besides your normal parking sensors, which are standard on this top of the trim, signature model and the front camera, you also have the radar here for the ADAS. Yes, this car is equipped with 19 ADAS features, cross traffic alert, front collision warning, automatic cruise control. I mean, you name it, this car has it. It is not a problem with this. But yeah, this is where you see there is a bit of a difference. Now let's take a look at the sides. On the side, this thing more or less stays the same. The shape is similar to the earlier car because after all, this is a major facelift, and it has a lot of extra features. But yeah, the basic car remains the same. So you have this here, the camera for 360 degrees mounted right here. This part is again very similar to the existing car, as I said. Over here, you have new type of roof rails. These are slightly raised in height, silver in color. And of course, this part, as I said, is similar. If you come to the backside looks quite good in this car. Of course, one of the things I love is this new satin brushed aluminum kind of a look, Alcazar lettering. You can see the connected DRLs running right through. And of course, the sequential lights that we spoke about, the turn signals. And overall, nice, neat looking back. You have a high mounted stoplight here. Let's now take a look at the boot space of the car, which is something very important. This, of course, is the 6 seater. So you have place for two more out here. But of course, you can put these down. All you need to do is pull this and push this down. Similarly, you can take this, pull this, push it down. You have over 500 liters of boot space here. You have a separate temperature control, or I would rather say a blower for people seated on this side. You have cup holders, and of course, a USB-C charging port, which I think is quite important. So this is, of course, what the car is. The space at the back would be a little constrained, excuse me, as I said. But yeah, overall, it's a good place to be. Swallows a lot of luggage. Good for those outstation trips. So what were we talking about? Yes, before we got distracted by the seats was the interiors. Over here, I like this new color combination, this sort of darker beige. I like the fact that the seats are perforated. Perforated has always been my favorite. I also prefer leather, but yes, these days you don't find leather in cars. It's all man-made leather, so to speak. I call it Rexine, but hey, don't say anyone I said that, huh? But I like the fact that this has got this black top because it doesn't give a reflection in the sun. And I think this looks quite good. Of course, this has the 8 speaker system, so you have a center speaker here, a little space for keeping, maybe a phone or something. The glove box is fairly large, and of course, you have a cooling vent inside. So you can keep chocolates and stuff if you want. The seats themselves are quite grippy. I'm really surprised at the shape. I think they're very comfortable because they grip you rather well. When I look into the front, I see two screens here. There are two 10.25-inch screens. This one, of course, is your media, infotainment, vehicle settings, what have you. All that comes here, including your maps and other displays. This, of course, is the main driver's display. So this has the speed, the tacho, the other warning signs, and of course the ADAS that we were talking about. It's all integrated here, so you can see it very clearly here. A nice, I like D-cut steering wheels. Not only they do look fashionable, but also, yeah, for people like me who have a bit of a tummy, it's quite comfortable actually, I must admit that. You have multifunction controls on your steering wheel, which are cool. You have paddle shifters, so if you want to play Michael Schumacher, well, you're most welcome. Automatic headlights and auto dimming headlights. So, because of the ADAS, so if an oncoming vehicle comes and you are on high beam, the lights will automatically dim. The AC control panel, thank God, there are some things which are still, with tactile buttons. I hate an all touchscreen. I sort of make mistakes. Maybe I'm too old fashioned, but yeah, this has everything else here. You have a wireless charger at this position and two ports. There is USB-C for charging, and this is something which I sort of never get to understand. Why do you have a USB-A port here to connect to the system? I thought USB-A ports were things of the past, but anyway, so be it. The drive and traction buttons are here, the automatic shifter. Now, of course, the ventilated seats have these fancy buttons. I quite like that. And you have the electronic parking brake, the surround view camera, hill descent control. Everything is here. A nice big sunroof. The sunroof has always been uh, Hyundai's main USP, and this one continues with the big one. But as I told you earlier, or rather, as I will like to point out here, not earlier, the fact is that the diesel vehicle does not come with a sunroof. This, of course, is the curtain which you can open or close, and quite effective, huh? It really blocks out the sun. So this is the front part of the car. As I said, it's very comfortable. I'm not going to talk about the magnetic picture holder. I really still think it's a gimmick. But other than that, yeah, I like it. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you. The seats have memory position. So for the driver's position, you can set one, see, or you can set two. So you can put two positions in memory. And of course, both the seats are powered. This one doesn't have memory, but you don't need it there really, do you? But the seat has one more thing, which I shall point out because I will sit in the back and show it to you, right? So I'm sitting in the back now, and I would say it's become very comfortable, especially because of these headrests. You have these winged headrests, so you can take a nap at the back, and your head won't go anywhere. You can see that, right? It's very, very comfy. Of course, a lot of other features here. You have your utility table continues as before. You can keep a device, for example, here, or maybe a quick snack. There is, of course, a wireless charger in the second row where you can just put the phone and it starts charging. There are two USB-C ports here, air con vents. Now, these couple of things were standard. But what is new, besides, of course, the six-seater thing, is you can actually move this seat forward and like this. So this is a feature which has been on many Toyota cars and other vehicles for a long time. But I think this is a really useful feature because sitting here, you can move it. You also have under thigh support, which you can extend in this particular vehicle. And of course, as I said, the new seats are very comfortable with a nice armrest as well. The curtain, yeah, I think this is a very useful feature in all and should be standard on all Indian vehicles given the kind of summer heat we have here. Overall, I think this vehicle is very comfortable, and as I said, these new wing headrests make things even better. Now that we have seen this, let's take a look at the engine and see what lurks up there. Let's take a look at the heart of the new Alcazar. More or less, it continues unchanged again, as you can see. So what we are driving here today is the 1.5 liter with 160 horses and 253 Newton meters of torque. This is a turbocharged engine, of course, and it's mated currently to, as I said, a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. You can also get it in a 6-speed manual. Uh, Again, the layout is the same. Power and performance is similar to the earlier car, so nothing much to say here. you do still have the option of a 1.5 turbo diesel engine, which of course gives out 116 horses and has about 250 Newton meters of torque. Now that can be had with either a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic transmission. There is no DCT there. The DCT is only on the petrol model. And yes, there are few other minor differences in the cars which we shall speak about. But as I mentioned to you earlier, in my interior part of the car, the diesel vehicle has no sunroof. So that's a major this thing. So if you're looking for a sunroof, then you'll have to get a petrol model. Anyway, let's close this now and let's go for a drive. So of course I'm driving the new Alcazar now, as you can see, twisty turn roads, and boy, am I enjoying it because the steering feels good. Overall, the car feels very nice and comfortable. Uh, we are, of course, in the Raita Hills of Udaipur. No, not the eating Raita kinds, but the different kinds. You'll hear a lot of honking from me, but that is not because I like to honk, but it's because we are on mountain roads and we're going around blind corners. But yeah, coming back to the car, the ride is very nice. It's very plush. I am really enjoying driving this car. The power is more than adequate, I would say. It feels quite nice. The 7-speed DCT. Now, the dual clutch transmission, of course, has been improved a lot by Hyundai, and they've done a lot of work on it. So it's much better than before. Doesn't heat up as it used to previously. Overall, I think this combination is pretty good. I, for one, would certainly recommend this car as a family vehicle because the old Alcazar was so good, and this one has just taken it many steps ahead and is a much better car. So, yeah, super cool car to have. So, that was our review of the Alcazar, the new Alcazar. You saw the number of features it has is, I mean, it could fill a huge copy if you started writing it. And we, of course, we showed you some excellent new things that are there in the car, including the ADAS. Now the main thing is the pricing. So as you know, Hyundai gave a very nice pricing of 14.99 starting for the petrol and 15.99 starting for the diesel. This is the top model. This goes to about 21.54. I'm talking about ex-showroom prices. So wherever you're watching this, you'll have to add your state levies and registration and insurance costs and all of that. Is the car worth it? That is always our question. And after driving this and after seeing all of this, I can definitely say the Alcazar is worth your money if what you're looking for is a comfortable family SUV. Every car has downsides. This car also has it. Even a Rolls Royce has downsides, as they say. But yeah, overall, I think the packaging is very good. And at this price point, I think it makes great sense. So let's say I would give this car 8.5 out of 10 at least. Worth it? You bet. Till we see you again, we will bring you another review of another car, and keep following our channel. Please follow us on social media, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Buckle up, be safe.